clear that up?
Yeah, and let me say that I've got to give you the genesis of where that editorial came from. The New York Post, with all due respect to them, have a habit of attacking anyone who questions them. And I questioned them very intensely on what happened with the cartoon portraying the stimulus plan and what I thought was an obviously racist and inappropriate cartoon a few weeks back. And anyone who went to one of those rallies or raised their concerns seems to be systematically targeted for an editorial on something. This editorial was particularly lame in my view. I have been active on questions related to the Buildings Department since I got to the City Council, and I think the Buildings Department is tremendously troubled, and I bet you could find a lot of people who deal with it would say the same thing. The Buildings Department has a peerless ability, and this is what the editorial was about, a peerless ability to not focus on the things that are dangerous and undermining communities, and focus on other things that might be more lucrative and revenue producing. So in my community, we plead with the Buildings Department to come to unsafe building sites and shut them down, and good luck to us whether it ever happens or not. And I don't need to tell you about the cranes on the east side and the fact that that crisis occurred multiple times. I don't think we've still answered that problem. But billboards are an easy mark for revenue. And so the Department of Buildings puts lots of energy into enforcing on billboards. And literally to the point that a single billboard can run up over $100,000 in fines. When I heard this, and it was brought to me from folks in the industry, I was appalled, and I said, this is a misuse of the city's time and energy and authority. It's also hurting an industry that's an important New York City industry. And so I said I want to be supportive. I tried to get a meeting with the Buildings Department for weeks. They literally wouldn't grant me a meeting, and this is another subtext that bothers me immensely here. In fact, a council member asked to meet with the Buildings Department on a legitimate issue, and they refused, literally. And so I told the folks who had the concern that I would do a press conference to raise the concern publicly, and I did, and I think it was important. People do make contributions, and if they think you're doing something good, that sometimes is why they make contributions. But that's the issue here is I believed in what I was doing. I thought it was an important thing to do.
Bill, are there any